Hello and welcome to Yoga for Strength and Vitality. I hope you're well, I hope you're healthy, and I hope you're happy. In my little book of yoga inspirations for each day, it says today, kindness is gratitude in action. What one person, circumstance, or thing are you grateful for today? Express your gratitude quietly to yourself, and then live your gratitude by offering kindness to those you meet throughout the day. So if you are with us in the evening, or if you watch this in the evening, maybe do it the next day. Kindness is gratitude in action. Let's begin moving slowly with a little bit of tension in the shoulders. Bring the shoulders forward, up and back. And then back up and forward. We often carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Stretching the left ear to the shoulder, letting the head hang sideways. Chin is slightly up. And right ear to the shoulder. Chin to the chest, letting the head hang forward. Just notice the weight of your head. And lifting your head, looking up to the ceiling, stretching the chin up. And then rotating your head and neck rotations 3 times in each direction. Bring the arms out, palms up, inhaling, stretching up high, and exhaling into a twist. Left hand behind you, right hand outside of the left knee, sitting with a straight back, looking over your shoulder, looking back. And back to the center. Let's stretch up again, inhaling, reaching up high, and exhaling onto the other side. Opposite hand to opposite knee, twisting. And releasing to the center. Let's do Yoga Mudra, the symbol of yoga. Reaching around the back, clasping your hands behind your back. With the inhalation, gently arching back, looking up. With the exhalation, bending forward, forehead towards the mat, lifting your arms behind you. Keeping your head down, lower your arms onto your back and release your hands. Let the arms just fall where they will. And enjoy this forward bend. Great pose to increase humbleness, maybe devotion, and softening the ego. And with the inhalation, slowly sitting back up, pausing for a moment with eyes closed, breathing deeply. For a seated twist, bringing your left hand down next to you with the inhalation, bringing your right arm out and up, arching above your head and bending sideways. Let's inhale up And exhaling your right arm down and your left arm up. And with the next inhalation, sitting back up, pausing for a moment. Let's loosen the lower back by making some circles with the torso. And you can close your eyes, just move the way your body wants to move. Sometimes we want to move fast in full range of motion. Other times it suits us to move, to barely move, to move slowly. And the opposite direction. And sitting up straight, bringing both hands to your left knee. Take a deep inhalation. As you exhale, bend your elbows, guiding your head to the knee. And with the inhalation coming up and exhaling down the other side right away. And inhaling up, pausing with your eyes closed. And bringing your attention back, we'll do our standing poses. Get rid of my pillow. Let's begin with Tadasana, the mountain pose. Standing straight and tall, feet are about hip-width apart. Lifting the toes up, fanning the toes out. And as you place them down, feel your weight is evenly placed on all four corners of your feet. Then bringing the arms up, palms up. And bring the arms behind you, maybe an inch, maybe two. Notice your shoulder blades are coming closer together. Straightening the back. And then slowly bring the arms down to the side. When the pinkies touch, turn the palms in. Oftentimes, our head leads the way, so we want to have two fingers at the chin, pushing the chin back. Visualize ears above the shoulders. Head and neck in line with your spine. Then lower your arm. Close your eyes for a moment. Make a mental note of your pose. Tadasana, the mountain pose. And we'll do 5 full yoga breaths. Inhaling through the nose with the exhalation, bending forward, hands towards your feet. With the inhalation, rising up bone by bone. Looking at a focal point as you come up onto the toes into a V. And exhaling, bending forward, timing your movement with your breath. And one last time, stretching up. And then coming onto the heels, let's bring the palms to the chest. Centering position, pranam. Pausing with your eyes closed. For the half moon pose, bringing your feet and ankles closer together. Unless balance is a challenge, then just keep them apart. With the inhalation, lifting the arms up. Left hand in front of the right, thumbs are locked, elbows are slightly bent. Stretching up, inhaling, stretching up. And exhaling down onto the heels, bending sideways to your left. Strength and courage fill my body cells is the affirmation. Great pose to stimulate the adrenal glands, which are so important for many hormonal functions in our bodies. can use your left hand or left arm to bring that upper arm back by the ear. And with the inhalation coming up, stretching up on the toes, reaching up onto the heels, arms down to the side, and pausing again with eyes closed. For the other side, inhaling, arms up again. Now right hand in front of the left, stretching up on the toes, reaching up, down onto the heels and sideways to your right. And with the inhalation, releasing, standing up, stretching on the toes, reaching up, down onto the heels, arms to the side, pausing with eyes closed. And practicing balance. Let's place one foot exactly in front of the other, heel touching the toes. So you want to have a straight line with both feet. You can have your hands on your peripheral vision. That always helps finding our balance. And if you're still, placing the opposite hand on the opposite shoulder, relaxing your elbows. And let's step forward or back, opposite foot forward, heel touching toes. And when you're still, opposite hand and opposite shoulder. If you're on a hard surface, like on tiles or on hardwood, this is fairly easy. But when you're on a carpet or on a padded mat, it gets more challenging. And releasing, feet side by side, close your eyes again. Reset and focus, connect with that inner place of balance. Perhaps by visualizing the straightness of your spine. And we'll move into tree pose. Weight onto the left foot. Bringing your right foot up, either inside your lower leg, inside your upper leg, or on top of your thigh. You can have your hands out in your peripheral vision or palms to the chest. I am calm, I am poised is the affirmation. And slowly lower your foot, pause again. And for the other side, weight onto the right, bringing your left leg up. I am calm, I am poised is the affirmation for the tree pose, which you can use for all balance poses. And slowly releasing, lowering your foot, pausing with your eyes closed. We'll do another balance pose, a little more challenging, called the flying bird. So from the center of your mat, weight onto your left foot as you lift your right leg behind you, bending forward, lifting the arms out to the side, Arms are at about shoulder height. Torso is parallel to the floor, so is your back leg. Focal point is right down on the mat underneath you. Flying bird pose. And we can take this even a step further into a balance pose called Ardha Chandrasana, the half moon or the balancing half moon. Bring your left hand down, your right hand to your waist. Now turning your body sideways, pick a focal point on the side. Dorsiflex that upper foot that's parallel to the floor. Straighten your supporting leg and lifting that arm, looking either straight ahead or up past your outstretched hand. You can take that further with an inhalation, stretching your arm up a little higher and bring it close to the ear so that your leg and your arm are parallel to the floor. And lowering your hand, lower your foot next to the other, have a soft bend in your knees, placing your palms together, rising up as you inhale, bone by bone. Palms to the chest, pausing with eyes closed. I always like to pause between poses or between sequences of poses in order to feel the benefits, let them sink in. For the other side, from the center of your mat, weight onto your right foot and lifting your left leg behind you, bending forward, lifting the arms up at shoulder height. Flying bird. Slowly preparing and moving into Ardha Chandrasana. Bringing your right hand down, left hand to the waist, turning the body sideways. Dorsiflex that upper foot, then straighten your supporting leg and lifting your arm up if you can. With the inhalation, stretching up a little higher. With the exhalation, bring that arm close to the ear. And lower your hands, setting your foot down, bending your knees, palms together, rising up as you inhale. Double inhale, double exhale. And again, pause. Let's bring the hands to the waist and stepping your feet apart, nice and wide. Instep parallel to each other. Let's warm up the lower back by rotating the torso. And again, move as fast or as slow as your body wants to move. In opposite direction. And standing up straight and tall, clasping your hands behind your back with the inhalation arching back. With the exhalation bending forward, lifting your arms behind you. Now relax the kneecaps. There's maybe a micro bend in the knees, soft bend in the knees. Arms are up high, head is down low. Keeping the head down, lower the arms onto your back, sliding your hands down your legs. Holding on where you can, could be your shins, could be your ankles. If you can reach your toes, forming a mudra, 2 fingers around the big toes, tap it with the thumbs. With the inhalation, lifting your head, looking up. Keep breathing, holding that stretch. Take an inhalation as you exhale, lowering down again. Now place your left hand in the center in between your feet, about a foot forward. Straighten that arm as you bring your right arm up for triangle pose, looking up past your outstretched hand. And lower your right hand, replace it with the left. And lifting your left arm up. Palm is forward. And slowly untwisting with the arms outstretched to the side. Inhaling up. Arching back. Stepping your feet together. Arms down to the side. And again, pausing. Standing straight and tall. Remember Tadasana, the mountain pose. If the shoulders are zagging a little bit or rounding, and rotate them forward, up and back. Making sure the arms are by the outer seams of your pants. Straight back and squared shoulders. Front of the mat. We'll do jackknife pose, having your feet about hip width apart, with the inhalation lifting the arms up by the ears, stretching up on the toes, reaching up. With the exhalation, swan diving forward, keeping your back straight as long as you can. And then let your arms hang. If you can easily reach the floor, maybe you can tuck your fingers under your toes. And then for a twist, bring your left hand to the outside of the right leg. And your left arm up, straight up to the ceiling, looking up past your outstretched hand. And slowly lower that right arm to the outside of the left leg. And lifting your left arm up. And lowering your arm. You can just stay in the forward bend a little longer. If you like, you can even move your hips from side to side or sway your arms and shoulders. And place your hands next to your feet. Make sure you spread your fingers nice and wide. And we'll move into downward facing dog pose. So stepping back with the left leg and with the right leg. Feet are about hip width apart, or a little closer together. Hands are about shoulder width apart. And hips are up high at their highest point. So you can pedal your feet, stretching one heel down, bending the opposite knee. Stretching the calf and the area behind the knee. And then holding the downward facing dog pose. For a three-legged dog, keeping the weight onto your left foot and lifting your right leg behind you. Lift it up as high as you comfortably can. Perhaps bend that upper knee and open the hip to the side. Keeping your supporting limbs straight and strong. As you slowly lower your right knee, before you place it down, place your foot down, bring your knee to the elbow. And then back to downward dog. Now weight onto the right and lifting your left leg up. Bending your left knee, open the hip to the side. And slowly bring that left knee to the left elbow. And setting your foot down back to downward dog. To release, lower the knees onto the mat, the tops of the feet on the mat, pushing yourself back into an extended child's pose with forearms and forehead resting on the mat. Coming up onto hands and knees, placing the knees under the hips, the wrists under the shoulders, having your fingers spread again. With the exhalation, rounding your back like an angry cat. With the inhalation, sagging down and looking up. And 4 more times with your rate of breath. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, sagging down, looking up. 3 more times as you breathe. Then keeping your spine straight. Weight onto the left knee. Lifting your right leg behind you. And lifting your left arm. Focal points down on the mat, head and neck in line with your spine. And let's take this into a crossover bow. So bringing your hand back to your raised leg. See if you can hold on to your foot or ankle, lifting that leg up a little higher, shifting the focus to the front. And slowly releasing. Let's do cat-cow again, rounding your spine. With the inhalation, sagging down, looking up. Keeping your spine straight and neutral. And now weight onto the right. And lifting your left leg up behind you. Looking down, focus on the mat. Raising your right arm. Slowly reach back, holding onto your foot or ankle. Lifting that leg up, shifting your focal point to the front, lifting your head. And slowly release. One more time, cat-cow, rounding your spine. Sagging down, looking up. And then Separating your knees for frog pose, bringing your toes together, right big toe over left big toe, knees are wider than the mat apart. Sitting back on your heels, stretching your arms in front of you, chest and forehead on the mat. For the next inhalation, sliding or walking your hands back to an upright frog, sitting in between your heels, pausing for a moment with your eyes closed. Placing your hands down, putting your knees closer together, curling the toes under, walking your feet towards your hands. Again, a soft bend in the knees as you place your palms together, keeping your head down, rising up as you inhale, keeping the head down for last. Standing up straight and tall. Double inhale, double exhale. And we'll do a couple of rounds of salutation to the sun. From the front of your mat, feet about hip-width apart. With the inhalation, reaching out and arching back. With the exhalation, swan diving down. So arms down from your shoulders, keeping the back straight. With the next inhalation, hands on the shins under your knees, arms are straight, torsos parallel looking down. With the exhalation, hands in line with toes. With the inhalation, arms and palms up, arching back. With the exhalation, bending forward again, swan diving down. Fingers in line with toes. Inhaling, left leg back, lunging, looking up. Exhaling, right foot back, high plank. From high plank pose, take an inhalation. As you exhale, knees, chest, forehead down. Inhaling up into cobra pose. Exhaling to downward facing dog, curling the toes under, lifting the hips up. Inhaling, left foot forward, big lunge, looking up. Exhaling, right foot forward, hips are up, head is down. With the inhalation, reaching out and up, palms and arms out and up, arching back. And exhaling for the other side, swan diving down. Inhaling, hands on the shins under the knees, arms straight looking down. Exhaling, sliding all the way down again. Inhaling, coming all the way up again, arms out and up, arching back. Exhaling down. Fingers in line with toes. Inhale, right foot back, big lunge, looking up. Try not overextending that bent knee. Opposite foot back, high plank. Take an inhalation in the high plank pose. As you exhale, knees, chest, forehead down. Inhaling up to cobra. Exhaling to down dog. Inhaling, right foot forward, lunging, looking up. Exhaling, left foot forward. Hips are up, head is down. Inhaling, reaching out and up, palms and arms out and up, arching back. And palms to the chest. Double inhale, double exhale, or breathe deeply. Salutation to the sun consists of several poses linked together with a breath. And it really warms up the system. So if you want to do yoga and you don't have quite an hour, or you don't even have a half an hour, do some sun salutations. That has a lot of forward bends, backward bends, strength poses, and it is a wonderful little class by itself. Let's do another round. From the front of the mat, inhaling, reaching out and arching back. Exhaling, swan diving down. Inhaling, hands on the shins, looking down. Exhaling, forward again. Inhaling all the way up, palms and arms up, arching back. And exhaling, swan diving forward. Inhale, left leg back, lunging, looking up. Exhale, right foot back, high plank. Inhale in the plank, exhaling down onto knees, chest, forehead. Inhaling up into cobra. Exhaling to down dog. Inhaling left foot forward, big step, lunging, looking up. Exhaling right foot forward, hips are up. Inhaling, reaching out and up, arching back. Other side, exhaling down. Inhaling, hands under the knees on the shin, straight, looking down. Exhaling forward again. Inhaling all the way up again, arching back. Exhaling all the way forward, fingers in line with toes. Inhaling, right leg back, lunging, looking up. Exhaling, left foot back, high plank pose. Take an inhalation, then exhaling, knees, chest, forehead down, inhaling up into cobra. Exhaling to down dog. Inhaling, right foot forward, lunging, looking up. Exhaling, left foot forward, hips are up, head is down. Inhaling, reaching out and arching back. And exhaling, palms to the chest. Breathing deeply. And let's separate the feet nice and wide again. Do extended side triangle, arms up, palms down. And bringing your left foot out at an angle, left foot straight away from you, keeping both legs straight and reaching to the left. Until you cannot reach any further, then lower the hand down. So ideally, your torso is in line with your legs. The torso is forward. We can go down further easily, but we don't get the benefits of the pose. So the torso is in line with the leg. Opposite arm up. And looking up past your outstretched hand at a focal point. Touching the ground, I aspire heavenward. The affirmation for triangle pose. And with the next inhalation, using the strength of your core, keeping the arms straight and outstretched, standing up. And bringing your left foot in and your right foot out. Everything on the other side, reaching to the right. And lower down where you can. Bring the opposite arm up. Looking up past your outstretched hand. And to release, using the strength of your core, inhaling, coming back up. And bring the right toes forward. And let's turn the palms up for standing star pose. Tucking the tailbone under. Maybe close your eyes. Maybe you have to look at a focal point. That's okay too. And to come out, keeping the arms up, stepping your feet together. Slowly lower the arms down to the side. Back to Tadasana, turning the palms in, pausing. And coming to a seated position and lying down. We'll do some simple inversions. If you like, you can fold your knees into the chest first, hug your knees. Or maybe roll from side to side, gently massaging your back. And lift your legs up perpendicular to the floor. You can rotate your feet and ankles a few times. Making sure your arms are close to your side or maybe even tucked under your side. Because when we're in an inversion, the closer the elbows are together behind the back, the easier it is to hold our inverted poses. And with some momentum, bring the legs over your head, lifting your hips, supporting your hips with your hands into the simple inverted pose. With the affirmation awake, my sleeping powers awake. And you can stay here if you like, or you can move into a shoulder stand by walking your hands further up your back until your body's in a straight line from your shoulders up. Lowering the left leg over your head onto or towards the floor. And lifting your left. And lower your right. And lifting your right leg. Lowering both legs into a parallel plow until your legs are parallel to the floor. If you can, outstretch your arms behind you, palms and forearms flat on the mat. You can also move into a full plow by allowing your toes to touch the floor above you. Can I bring your arms around your head, encircling your head like a halo with your fingertips almost touching. Put your closer, bending your knees by your ears. You can bring your arms behind your back again, palms and forearms flat on the mat. Moving back to a plow or parallel plow. And if you like to move into an advanced shoulder stand, you can keep your arms behind you, palms and forearms on the mat, pushing into the mat, or you can clasp your hands with your arms and hands pushing into the mat. And slowly, simultaneously lifting both legs back up to a shoulder stand. And preparing to come out, either bridging out one leg at a time, counterbalance with the other, or bending your knees and rolling your back down, bone by bone. Keeping the knees up, soles of the feet on the mat, pausing for a moment. Or supine spinal twist. Straighten your left leg. Your left hand guides the right knee over to the left side, rolling all the way onto the left hip so that the knee can touch the floor. Making a straight arm arc with your right. looking over to the right. And bringing that right arm back to the knee, guiding your knee to the center, straighten your leg. And let's do the other side. Bending your left knee. Right hand guides it over to the right. Left arm comes across in a straight armed arc. Looking over to the left. Slowly bring your arm back to the knee, guiding your knee to the center. And bring the knees to the chest again, hugging your knees, rolling from side to side, massaging your back, or cupping your knees with your palms and making circles with the knees. Opposite direction. And rolling from tailbone to the hip, back and forth 2 or 3 times until you come up to a seated position. And we'll move into a posterior stretch. So having the legs straight in front of us, feet are flexed, so the toes are pointed up. With the inhalation, lifting the arms up by the ears, stretching up high. With the exhalation, bending forward, holding on where we can. Now you might be at your shins, you might be at your ankles, maybe you're at your feet. You can easily hold onto your feet, hold on from the outside, or 2 fingers around the big toe again, cupping with the thumb. Take an inhalation, pulling the shoulders back. And with the exhalation, bending your elbows and folding forward. And slowly releasing the pose with the inhalation, sliding back up. Pause it for a moment with hands on your thighs, eyes closed. For the inclined plane, bringing your left hand back and your right hand back, and you can have your fingers towards you or away from you, whatever works better on your wrists. Lifting the hips up, stretching the toes down, and if comfortable, letting your head hang back. Slowly lower the hips down. We'll move into a side plank. Onto your right hand, stacking one foot on top of the other, using your left arm to come up into position. And if you can, bring that hand to the waist, tucking the tailbone under until you're straight, and lifting your arm up as well. Always have the choice to have the lower knee on the mat for support. Take an inhalation, reaching up a little higher, and with the exhalation, bring that arm close to the ear. And slowly lowering down, moving on to the other side. Weight onto the opposite hand, stacking one foot on top of the other. Hand to the waist until you're aligned and still. So tailbone down, straight line, lifting your arm when you can. Inhaling, reaching up a little higher, and exhaling, bring that arm close to the ear. And slowly lowering down. It's time for deep relaxation. So you can lie on your backs. If there's another movement you would love to do, please do. Ideally, your legs are straight. And relax. The arms are by your side, palms facing up. Making sure the spine is straight, head and neck in line with your spine. Deep relaxation is a conscious process of relaxing the body part by part. If you like, you can rub your palms together briskly, creating heat and energy in the palms of your hands. When they feel really warm and energized, place those over your eyes. Allow the heat to be absorbed by your eyes, calming your eyes, calming your mind. Let's begin by seeing, feeling, or imagining soft white mist-like light entering your room. It moves towards you and gently surrounds your beautiful physical form. This light lifts you up and it feels like you're floating on a cloud. Invite this light to enter the toes of your left foot, toe by toe. Filling your ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Your left leg is completely relaxed. Now guide this light into the toes of your right foot, toe by toe. Right ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Both legs are completely relaxed. Now guide this healing light into your torso, entering your abdomen, your stomach, your chest. Allow it to move deeper inside, touching your internal organs with this healing light. Moving up, encircling your beautiful heart. Expanding out and filling your whole chest with healing white light. And guiding this light into your back, relaxing away tension from your lower back. Moving up through the middle parts, into your upper back. Relaxing all tension away. Now guide this light into the fingers of your left hand, finger by finger. To your wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Moves into your right hand, one finger at a time. Right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. This peaceful light moves into your neck and throat, like a wave flowing into your face, relaxing your jaw, filling mouth and lips, your nose, your cheeks, filling your ears, touching your temples, moving into your eyes and into your forehead. This peaceful light moves inside your head, inside your brain, melting away thoughts and feelings. It leaves your body through your head, once more surrounding you. Expanding out and filling your room with your peace. Expanding out further and leaving your room. The peaceful light of consciousness moves through the city, over houses and trees, over oceans, mountains, over continents, into space, keeping you completely relaxed and completely in peace. Enjoy this peace. Enjoy. Gently preparing to guide your consciousness back, tracing it back over houses and trees, back into your room, back into your physical form. Energy and consciousness enters your head, fills your brain, moves down into your face, feel it behind your eyes, down your neck and throat, into your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Vitalized energy and consciousness fills your torso from your chest all the way down to the hips, thighs, lower legs, feet, and toes. Moving and wiggling fingers and wiggling toes. Let's bring the arms out and up. Double inhale, stretching up. And double exhale, relaxing down. Let's do that one more time. Double inhale, intense. And double exhale, relax. Rolling over onto your side, onto your favorite side. Just lie there for a moment longer. And then slowly but surely sitting up. Let's rotate the shoulders forward, up, and back. Bringing all the energy back in to our body. Back up and forward. Moving head and neck from side to side. Placing the hands on the shoulders, lifting the elbows up and rotating the elbows forward, up, and back. And back up and forward. Let's do some seated ocean waves, inhaling up and exhaling down, inhaling up the other side. And some finger flexes, flexing the fingers forward, out to the side, up to the ceiling, and shake out the hands. Palms at the chest, which we do when we say namaste, which means my soul bows to your soul. Namaste.